I want to use this video to show you some concepts that we discussed in chapter 8 about stock tradings. So what you see here, this is our account. We opened the account in Charles Schwab, and now as you see, we do buying and selling online. By we, I actually mean the student managed investment fund that we have in Dillard College of Business Administration. It is one account with real money. As you see, we have almost $500,000 now, and it is totally managed by student managers. So a little marketing campaign here. If you are interested in joining this program, please contact me, talk to your advisor, and contact me. I'll be very glad to talk to you about this program if you are interested. Okay, so if I click on this account, it gives me a basic overview about the stocks that we currently have. What I want to show you is the concepts, for example, the market order and limit order that we talk about in chapter 8. So suppose I want to buy a stock and say I want to buy Apple. Okay, I type in the symbol for Apple, which is AAPL, and I say, okay, I want to buy maybe 100 shares of Apple. Now if I look at the order type, you see I have options. I can place a market order. I can also place a limit order. So these two are the two types of orders that we introduce in chapter 8. There are also stop orders, stop limit orders that that's not required for the business finance class. So if I go with market order, then that means I'm trying to buy 100 shares of Apple stock at the best market price. And as you see, currently I can have a bid price and an ask price. So if you remember from chapter 8, we talk about ask price is what they ask you to pay. So most likely you are paying something like this price. Bid price is what they want to buy from you if you want to sell Apple stock to them. By they, I mean the dealers, right? So bid and ask price, remember, for you as a regular investor, you would pay for the ask price, which is the higher one, and you would receive the bid price if you want to sell the stock. Okay, I'm not really gonna place an order here today or tonight. I just want to show you, if you want to buy some stocks online from your online brokerage account, this is what you would do. And now if I choose the limit order, as you see, now it asks you to specify a limit price. So currently Apple stock is around $92, but if I think, hey, $92 would be a little bit too high, I only want to pay 91.5, I will specify the limit price that I would be willing to pay. And of course, I can also specify, okay, how long would my limit order stand? It could be only one day during the current trading day, or it could be good until I cancel this order. Okay, but you understand, if I only want to pay 91.5, maybe nobody wants to sell me at this low price if they can actually sell at a high price, right? So the problem with limit order is that you may lose the opportunity for your transaction to complete, or say for your transaction to be executed. And again, if you have the market order, you do not have the option to specify your own price. You go with what the market can offer you, the best price you can get under the current market. If I want to sell, same idea. I would sell at the best price that I can get from the market. If I place a limit order and say, hey, I want to sell at $93, then if I get lucky, I will sell at $93, which is actually higher than the current market price, which means I can make a little bit more money. But chance could be that, well, nobody wants to buy at this price for me, so I may wait for the whole day and lose the opportunity of selling the stock today. Okay, so this is just a simple introduction about the online brokerage account. Well, you can log in and place your orders, and it also provides you a lot of research tools. You can research your stocks. So for example, I want to see how is Apple doing now. Now, a little bit bumpy, but in the past couple of days it has been stable. And if I want to see 5 years long-term wise, it's pretty good investment. And I can click on statements to find all the financial statements, such as balance sheet and income statements. Balance sheet, income statement, cash flow statement that we talk about in chapter 2, and then the ratios we talk about in chapter 3, right? So PE ratio, you know what PE ratio is, you know what ROE is, and so you understand these are important ratios you want to know about if you want to study a stock, if you want to do some research about your potential investments. You can also find information about the stock market overall. When you look at the market, the US market, you will have to look at the indices. So S&P 500, we talk about that in chapter 8, the Dow, or the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and also the NASDAQ. These are the 3 major indices that we introduced in chapter 8. Right, remember the difference between NASDAQ and S&P 500 is that generally NASDAQ is considered as a high index for the high-tech industry, such as those internet companies like Google, Facebook, Apple, and S&P 500 on the other hand captures a broader base of the overall economy or overall companies across many different industries in the economy. So if I want to see how the S&P 500 is doing, or say how the overall stock market is doing, you understand from 2009 the market has been doing, I have to say, really good. Okay, and the highest point is almost 1950, and comparing to 2009, it's more than doubled in 5 years. So overall the stock market has recovered. Whether this means the economy has really recovered, well, we'll have to do more research about that. But the stock market definitely has recovered, and has made a lot of investors pretty happy. So overall, I just showed you that from this online brokerage account, you can place your orders, you can trade, you can buy and sell stocks. Actually, they have many different products. You have stocks, You can buy mutual funds. You can also buy bonds, and there are other financial products such as options or ETFs. If you're a finance major, you take investment class or more advanced finance class, you will definitely you will definitely have to learn about those products. And you can talk to the advisor about your retirement planning. You can plan for your charitable givings. So overall, a lot of different tools that they provide on this website. And I showed you the research you can do. So all these actually are provided on this website pretty much for free, and what they charge you is the commission per trade. So for example, from our account, our history, so for example, today, actually yesterday, we sold about 125 shares of HEICO, and for the 125 shares that we sold, they charge us about Schwab charge us $9 commission. So this is $9 per trade for all the 125 shares, not per share or per stock. Okay, so you understand that's actually not too much money, and that's why sometimes we call them, or these kind of companies, these kind of brokerage firms, discount brokerage companies, because that's, I would say, pretty low price, low commission that they charge per trade. So nowadays, buying and selling stocks, trading financial securities is pretty convenient, not as complicated as many people think. But before you get into investing your money, please keep in mind that all investments are risky, and you need to do your research. You need to know about your potential return and risks before you are committed or involved in any investments. So do your research, know about your risk, know about how much risk you can bear, and make reasonable investments.